The Bible says, "And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God, and made an atonement for the children of Israel." Here is God's commendation of Phinehas, and the blessing he would receive because he was zealous for his God. And he stopped the plague when the children of Israel had mingled themselves with the Midianites, and even the princes had fornicated and committed such grievous sin that God had to bring judgment upon them. And Phinehas stopped the plague by putting out those people and running that spear through that wicked woman and that slaying that evil prince who had been part of this awful sin. And God, despite the gruesome act, despite perhaps the violence, despite all the things that might affront our sensibilities, God applauds Phinehas, because despite the things that might have been uncomfortable, he was zealous for his God. He had passion. He had energy. He was doing it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. And if you want God's blessings today, if you want God to promote thee to honor, if you want God to reward you, there needs to be some zeal for your God. There needs to be some zeal for the Lord. When Jesus Christ made that scourge of cords and drove those wicked people from the temple, the disciples remembered the psalm that said, "The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up." Jesus Christ was passionate. Jesus Christ was zealous for his God, and look at the priesthood that he inherited, an everlasting priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. And if you want to be standing in the gap, if you want to be used of God, there has to be some zeal. You're passionate about the ball game. You're passionate about the promotion at the office. You're passionate about the favorite series you're binge watching. But are you zealous for your God? Is there any passion for the one that called you out of darkness and into his marvelous light? Is there any zeal that eats you up? The Bible says, "Whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, knowing that of the Lord you shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Christ." And if you want the promotion of Phinehas, if you want to be rewarded even like Jesus Christ was rewarded, you must follow in their steps and ask their zeal to affect your zeal, that you too might be zealous for your God.